Good morning, guys. We are going to do notes on distance, how to calculate distance on a coordinate plane. And I want you to notice my little Bitmoji here. I'm screaming that you need to remember that calculating the distance just means that we're solving for C. Okay? We're just solving for C. So, couple of notes. To find a diagonal distance, and that's what it's called, it's a diagonal, right? Distance on a coordinate plane, we can create our own right triangle and then use the Pythagorean theorem. Okay, so 2 steps: make your right triangle and then use your Pythagorean theorem. The diagonal would then represent the hypotenuse, or C. So let's look at my example. Okay, here is my example. We have to find our legs first. Okay, you can't forget about leg day, right? You go to the gym, you can't forget about leg day. So we got to figure out what our legs look like. Actually going to do it on here. I apologize that I don't have color paper. It's not in color. It's not pretty. I know. Okay, so first things first, it says I need to draw or create my right triangle. So all I'm going to do is go from one point, to the other point. There's my right triangle. Now, I know there's no wrong way to do a right triangle. So you could have done this way, or you could have done it like this. Either way, it's fine. You're still going to come up with the same answers. So now we need to figure out what our legs are. Well, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 8. Okay, and then here is 1, here is 2. That's 2. Okay, so I know that my legs are going to be 8 and 2. So I'm going to go ahead and put 8 here and 2 here. Notice I already have my squared. 8 squared, 2 squared. 8 squared is 64. 2 squared is 4. And then I'm going to add those together. And 64 plus 4 gives me 68. Gives me 68. Now I don't want C squared, I want C. So I have to do the opposite of squaring, which is square rooting. So I'm going to take the square root on both sides. Okay, take the square root on both sides. So my answer, C, should be 8.2. And that is it. Okay, I know that might be a little confusing right now, and that is fine. We are going to practice on the bottom. I'm actually gonna flip this like this so that I have room. Okay, now first things first, remember we have to first draw our right triangles connecting the 2 points. So I'm gonna draw my right triangle. I drew my right triangle. Now I'm going to count my legs. That's 5. That's 4. Okay, so then I'm going to do my Pythagorean theorem. Start with the formula. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So remember, A and B's don't matter, so I can put either one first. So 5 squared is 25, plus 4 squared is 16, and that equals C squared. And then 25 plus 16 is 41. And you know, to solve for C, you have to take the square root on both sides. So I know that C is going to equal 6.4. Oh, you can't see that. I'm going to put it on top. Okay. Let's try number 2. We're going to make that right triangle. Oops. Easier if you have a straight edge. There we go. So now we're going to get our legs. That's 2. That is 7. So once I have my legs, I can do my Pythagorean theorem. Formula first. So that's 2 squared plus 7 squared equals c squared. 2 squared is going to be 4. 7 squared is 49. And that's equal to c squared. So 49 plus 4 is actually going to give me 53. And then my last step, of course, would be to take the square root to find what c is. So c equals, the square root of 53 is 7.3. I'm rounding that to the nearest tenth. So technically I would have said 7.28, but I rounded it, so I have 7.3. I am going to leave number 3 to do on your own. Oops. So if you have any questions, please let me know. If not, we are done with the notes, and I will see you guys later. Remember, you're doing number 3. Bye, you guys.